Alright, hey, he's Mega here, and welcome to another anime figure show and tell with NTW-20 here from the mobile game, and I guess they made an anime about it also. Girls Frontline, alright, also known as Dolls Frontline in Japan. Alright, so this is her maid outfit version, okay? The funny thing is, I don't have this costume in the game, but I really want it. Okay. At the end of the video, I'll put a little animation of it or a screenshot of it in the game. Okay, if you guys want to see what it looks like, it looks really cool. Okay. NTW is one of my favorite dolls in the game. All right, and she's definitely one of the more powerful rifles in the game. Okay. Okay, so where did I get her from? I got her from AmiAmi, alright, in February of 2024. So pretty much a whole year ago, right? Exactly a year ago, almost. So this is a pre-owned Item B Box B, right? AmiAmi exclusive bonus. Oh, so it has a bonus stuff on it, okay? I think there's like an acrylic keychain or something in with it. So yeah, this is the Girls Frontline NTW-20. It's called the Aristocratic Experience Service. I think that's the name of what the costume is called, guys. All right, it's a Maid. I just call it the Maid version. Okay. It's a 1/6 scale figure, and I got her for 18,380 yen. All right, so that's roughly $123. That's 123 US dollars. That's a bargain. Okay, guys. This figure is not cheap, okay, guys? And I've got some more. The shipping was 10,000 yen, guys. So roughly like $80 to ship all these figures, all right? But that was for a bunch of figures. It was for 7 figures, all right? So that's about $10 a figure for shipping, if you think about it, all right? But it takes a long time for it to get to you. All right, and the box is ginormous, okay? If you guys are wondering, I've got a copy of Topu GP Volume 13 here, alright? It's a American manga, so they're bigger than the Japanese ones, alright? And you can see it's like 1.5 manga tall, alright, guys? So 1.5 US manga tall. It's a pretty tall box, and it's pretty wide, alright? It's just about as tall as it is wide, guys, alright? Okay, so yeah, this box takes up a lot of space, okay? And we're finally going to do a show and tell on it. All right, so the category is it's a pre-painted figure. Origin is Girls Frontline. All right, like I mentioned, it's Girls Frontline is also known as Dolls Frontline in Japan, right? Because of copyright stuff. The character is NTW-20. As far as I know, I think this is the only figure of NTW-20. Oh no, she has I think there's a garage figure of this. Yeah, there's a garage kit. So I guess this was based off a garage kit, and there was some kind of 1/12 scale figure. All right, but yeah, it's kind of hard to get a figure. Yeah, it's kind of hard to make a figure of this because the NTW-20 rifle is enormous. Believe it or not, I think it's designed for a 2-man team to carry that weapon. Okay, you don't carry it around like NTW-20 does. Okay, guys. You'd have to be buff to do that, man. Anyway, so the character is NTW-20. All right, she's a rifle in the game. All right, guys. The companies are Pony Canyon. All right, so Pony Canyon is I think they're a publisher. All right, Pony Canyon figures are not cheap. All right, and I think this is my first Pony Canyon figure. So we'll see what it looks like, right, guys? The sculptor is Rico. I think I have a couple figures from Rico. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. So Rico did the HK416, the DSR 50. I have a ZB figure that I haven't done a show and tell yet. Oh, he did the AK-12. He does a lot of the Girls Frontline figures. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Michikawa Hiroshi is the color producer, or aka painter. Alright, the version is Aristocratic Experience Service is what it's called. Alright, that's the version. Yeah, it says it right there. Okay. And then the releases, alright, so there's 2 releases. I guess they made a first pre-order and a second pre-order is what it says here. It was on December 25th, alright, Christmas 2023, basically. December 25th, 2023 as a limited exclusive for Japan. All right, and there's a first and second pre-order, but they're like on the same day. Okay, so that's kind of weird. All right, it was for 27,800 yen. All right, both of the pre-orders. Material is plastic. All right, dimensions is 1/6 scale. It's a height with 240 millimeters or 9.36 inches. Okay, and let's go look at some market prices for this figure. Like I said, I got this for about 120 something dollars. All right, maybe, probably close to 150 with the shipping and all that stuff. Okay, but anyway, at Animota, this figure is 40,000 yen. All right, they had this figure 7 months ago. 40,000. That's like more than $300, guys. Okay, Nin Games has it for 33,690 yen. That's $300 right there, pretty much. Yeah, I got this for a steal, guys. I got it for less than MSRP, and so this is a pre-owned figure, and I think that's the reason I bought this figure, because it was a good price. Okay, I could finally afford it. $123 it's still pretty expensive for me, but you know what? It's better than $300. Okay, and I really like this this outfit. Okay. It does come with the bonus acrylic, and I think this is that one. All right. I don't know if you can get it without the bonus. Also, let's do some Googling, all right? It says compare prices. It says $220 plus. Okay, guys? For somebody selling it on Amazon for $308, it's in stock. eBay, somebody selling for $421, $416 on eBay. Tokyo Otaku Mode, they have it for $235. Oh no, it says it's out of stock. Big Bad Toys had it for $300. Okay, so this is a $300 figure that Hazemega got for $120. What a bargain. Okay, so Hazemega is very fortunate to have come upon this figure. I knew it. I knew I was gonna buy it. I was looking at it, and then I was like, you know what? I can afford that. And so there you go. All right, that's how I got this figure. All right, guys. And it is huge, okay? All right, so that's the information from myfigurecollection.net, and that's some kind of market value prices for this figure, okay, guys? It's not cheap. You're looking at a $300 figure, guys. All right, it's ridiculous. Okay, yeah. So there you go. That just goes to show, if you do some shopping, you can have her for about $120. But good luck. Let's start the show and tell. All right, first we'll go take a look at the box. All right, so the box has a matte finish on it. All right, this is by Pony Canyon. All right, and then there's the Girls Frontline logo right here. All right, Girls Frontline is a mobile game. All right, they also have a second game that just came out, and Hazemega has been playing it. It's pretty fun. It does say Dolls Frontline here. Okay, so this is like yeah, made for Japan. It says NTW-20 here. All right. The Aristocratic Experience is what it says here, okay? This is a 1/6 scale complete figure. The sculptor is Rico. Paintwork is Hiroyuki Michikawa. Manufacturer Pony Canyon. Production collaboration with Amaterasu. Here it says Dolls Frontline NTW-20, The Aristocrat Experience, 1/6 scale complete figure. Pretty much all that information right here in a teeny tiny font. Okay, there's a Pony Canyon logo right here. Yeah, there's like Pony Canyon everywhere. They want you to know this is a Pony Canyon produced figure. Okay, here you've got a kind of full shot of the figure. All right, you can see that weapon is really, really long. Okay, and then there's the window. Though it's got about I would say that's almost 50% window. All right, and then I've heard lots of stuff about the base on this figure. Okay, guys, how it not being very good. All right, would this make a good box figure? Yeah, I guess it would make a good box figure. Sort of, kind of. The window is kind of small though, but the box is huge. Right? You think they could put a bigger window on it, you know? And it, but yeah, it would make an okay box figure. I don't think it would be to make the best box figure. I am planning to take her out. Okay. Okay, there's this side. It's kind of it's a full shot of the figure. Very nice photography. All right, there's like a teacups here and like you know, cookies and all that, pastries, and then the picture of the figure here. Okay, It says here NTW Aristocratic Experience. Pony Canyon down here. All right, it's that same information, that little font. All right, and it's kind of like a shadowy background, sort of, kind of. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay. Okay, I've always wanted this costume in the game, but I've never, I haven't splurged for it yet. All right, I know I could probably use the black tickets to get it. Okay, the black cards. Okay, here you've got a full shot of the figure from a different angle. All right, there's that massive NTW-20. We'll talk a little bit about it. Hades Mega doesn't know too much about it. All right, but it's a badass rifle. Okay, okay. There's a close up of the top of the figure. Close up of the side view of the figure. All right, there's that same information from the front of the box. I'm not going to go over it again. Here you've got some Pony Canyon information here. Pony Canyon support. It's a collectible item for adults, not intended for persons 14 years of age and younger. All right, it's made out of PVC and ABS construction. Made in China. It says it's here. It's recyclable. It says here NTW-20 Sunborn Network Technology. Okay, they're the ones that produced the game. All right, there's some information in Japanese, English, and Chinese. All right, I will read the English. Please read the included instructions and contains small parts that children can choke on. 15 years or older. Some of the usual stuff. All right, as paintwork is partially done by hand, each product may slightly differ. Photos are of a prototype and may differ from the final product. Support for product defects will only be offered while replacement part stock is available. Please check your product as soon as possible. Okay, we're going to do that. Right here, I think they've got the all this information right here, down here. There's so many, so it's so redundant. Okay, there's lots of redundant information on the box. Okay, guys. Here we've got a very small window. I would say that's a quarter-size window for the box. We've got and then same information from the front of the box, and then here we've got a shot of the figure from like the back, kind of. Okay. All right, and then we're back at the front. Let's go take a look at the top. All right, the top is pretty much the same information from the front. All right, and there's actually a pretty nice sizable window on the top. I'd say that's like a 60% window or something. Right, you can get a good top-down view. Right, it also lets a lot of light into the box for viewing. Right, and the bottom is white. All right, you can see here. If I flip it over. All right, this is a item B, box B. All right, and then there is a part number here, BRZP.10860. Okay, and then there's the barcode. All right, so NTW-20, item B, box B. I believe that means there's something wrong with the box, and B means there might be something wrong with the figure. All right, but as far as I can tell, this box has never been opened. This is a brand new figure, guys. All right, I don't know why it was listed as a BB. The box is in excellent shape. It came to me in excellent shape. I'm pretty sure I did an unboxing video of this when I got it in the box. All right, guys, and it looks like it's in great shape. It's maybe it's got a couple scratches on it. All right, but it's hard to notice. But yeah, all right, and you can still see that the dot tape is unbroken. Okay, yeah, there's a little rip right here, but a little crunched in over here, but I think I got a really good deal, guys, so let's go check her out. All right, so now we'll do the unboxing. Okay, just in case you're wondering, that's what the inside of the box looks like. It says NTW-20 in there, right? And what looks like a kind of like a graphing grid or something, okay? And then the bottom is a pink, right? And then there is an instruction manual in there. So let's go take a quick look at it. Okay, that's the manual. It looks like it's going to come out in like 5 pieces, sort of, kind of. Okay, and yeah. So it looks like you've got to take her arm off to get the rifle in, okay? So let's do that. Okay, I found the bonus item. All right, it was taped right here. Let's go take a look at it. All right, it looks like it's a scroll of some sort. Okay, so this is the bonus item. I thought it was supposed to be some kind of keychain, but I guess not. It's the packaging. Ah, yes, it is a scroll. Very nice. I like it. Okay, so it's one of those little scrolls. It's got the little sticks to weigh it down. All right, guys. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Okay, so that is the bonus item. All right, is a scroll of some sort. All right, very nice. It's like a tall scroll, kind of like a tenagui almost. All right. All right, continue on. Okay, there she is, NTW-20. All right, she's not the nicest of dolls, but she's very, very pretty, and she's very strong because she has to carry that freaking monster weapon with her. Okay, yeah, she just carries it around like easily. Okay, so this figure is kind of a nightmare to assemble, guys. What can I say? All right, you've got this huge oval base, all right, oval blue base. Okay. And then you've got this cart. It's just kind of there. I almost dropped it. You guys saw I almost dropped it, but I saved it at the last second. All right, guys. And it doesn't even look like the. Oh, you know what? I think it's hung up on the weapon. Maybe, I don't know. You can put it any way you want. No, the wheels aren't. Yeah, the wheels aren't a thing. I don't know. All right, but it barely fits on the base with this cart. All right, guys. I wish it just kind of didn't include the cart, man. All right. What could I say? Maybe the figure could have been cheaper if it was like that. All right. But all this stuff already comes mounted on there. It comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Okay, guys. The base, the cart, the weapon, the figure, and the teacup. All right. And there's a lot of me dropping stuff in the assembly. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of dropping stuff. A lot of stuff is not secure on this figure. All right. So basically, you after you get all the plastic parts, the plastic holder stuff out. You take the base out, all right? And another thing about this figure is I found a lot of dust on it already, all right? So, I don't know. This is supposed to be a brand new figure, man, because the little dot tapes were not cut, all right? This has never been taken out of the box, guys. So, the base had dust on it, and, like, some of the stuff had dust on it, too. Like, the cart has dust, and, yeah, man. I don't know why there's so much dust all over the figure if it's a brand new figure, all right, guys? Maybe it just got into the box or somehow. Maybe, but everything was in the plastic and stuff, so there's some QC stuff right there, okay, guys? There's dust over everything, all right, guys? Good thing it's not a lot of dust. And then, yeah, so you take the figure, all right, and the figure had a lot of foam and plastic protective stuff on it to protect the paint, all right? And then you've got 2 pegs. All right, there's one kind of near the heel and one on the front, holding the figure out. Right, it's just her foot holding it up. Right, just that 1 foot. So there's not a lot supporting the figure, but I guess the rifle itself supports the figure. All right, so she ain't going anywhere. All right, so the next thing to do would be to take the cart off the base. All right, don't leave the cart on the base, guys. Take it out. All right, because if you try to put the rifle on, you're gonna drop the cart. All right, now see, it's already kind of damaged. See, the base is full. Oh, it's like, yeah, it kind of broke it a little bit. Damn it. There we go. Yeah, I may have damaged it when I dropped it. Okay, so what can I say? I would rather have not have that cart there. Okay, guys. Okay, so, and then the next thing you got to do is you got to take the arm off. All right, her right arm comes off, and then you got to stick the rifle in there. All right. So I had to look at the picture multiple times to see what position it's supposed to be in. All right, roughly. See this cloth that's wrapped around the barrel? It's roughly where the arm is at. Okay, so that's how I know that's in the right position. And then and also I had to figure out the scope is like kind of where the front of her body is. So that's the orientation we have to have the rifle. Okay, the arm came off and I dropped it, and then I tried to put the rifle on several times and I dropped it. You kind of have to figure out how it goes in there. Okay, so basically, it's got to go behind her hair right here, all right? So her hair and her arm cradle it, okay? And then it just goes back in. It just goes in, all right? And then that's how it is, all right? There's kind of just stuff all over the place, man. I kind of don't like this figure already. For a $300 figure, it's not super nice, is what I say, all right? In my opinion, it's not. I don't think you're getting what you pay for, but we'll find out when we take a closer look at this figure. Okay, and then you got to put the teacup on her hand. All right, so the teacup is very easy to drop. I dropped it like 4 or 5 times. There's a little peg on it, and I'm not really sure where the peg goes, but you just have to get it on there in the right position, and then she'll hold it. All right, so it was very difficult. All right, as you can see from the artwork, the teacup is supposed to be where her mouth is, all right, and here it's just a little bit away from her mouth, so I guess it's not true to that artwork, is what I'm gonna say, all right. Okay, but man, that weapon is long, all right. So yeah, the assembly, Hades Mega, not too happy with it, all right. I dropped the freaking cart and I messed it up already, so yeah, man. But you kind of can't tell it's messed up, so that's fine. To tell you the truth, I could have done without the cart. It would be nice if they just didn't include this and it just made the figure cheaper, okay? Cheaper, and it takes up a lot less space. Really, like, you could have made this base like half the size if you didn't have this freaking cart, okay? So I think they just should have not included the cart, all right, in my opinion. All right, but yes, I guess they're trying to be true to the artwork type of thing, okay? And by the way, I think this is an animated costume in the game also. We'll see when I at the end of the video when I show you guys what it looks like in the game. Okay, so let's do a quick 360, and then Hades Omega is going to look her over more closely, and then we'll scrutinize this figure. Okay, I think this is my first Pony Canyon produced figure. They are not cheap. This is probably going to be the last one. I just want to say. All right, they're not affordable at all. Okay? All right, see you guys in a bit. All right, Hades Omega's back, and we're going to go take a look at this figure. All right, for a $300 figure, Hades Omega is kind of disappointed. All right, it is a nice figure, but is it $300 nice? I don't think so. All right, for the $100-something that I paid for it, it's a little more easier to swallow. Okay, type of thing, right? All right, so let's go start at the base and we'll work our way up, right? Now begins the scrutinization process, all right? We will scrutinize this figure, all right? And there's kind of a lot of things to scrutinize. So the base, I noted, had lots of dust. Everything has dust everywhere, okay? I don't know why there's dust everywhere on this figure, man. I guess wherever they were working was really dusty. I guess the good part is that the dust is, yeah, see, I can feel the dust on the paint, man. Right here, there's dust. Or I scratched it. I think I scratched it. That probably could be it. All right, so this cart is like, now it's a C figure, guys, because I damaged the cart. Okay, if I ever sell it, it's gonna be a C figure, all right, because it's got scratches. Well, maybe it's a B figure, I guess. A B could still be, you know, some wear and tear type of thing. All right, so another thing about this figure, guys, is it is not stable. Look at me, look at me. I'm moving the base back. I mean my stand back and forth, and look at how much it bobbles around, man. It's not stable at all, man. Like, could this potentially be a leaner in the future? Maybe, all right. You know, if that rifle wasn't there, then it wouldn't be stable at all. Trust me, it would probably flop over over time. Okay, but yes, it's a good thing she is leaning on the rifle. Okay, so there's the base. It's just this long oval base. It's like a navy blue color. It doesn't appear to be painted at all. At least I don't think so. The texture, it's kind of, it's like a different texture on the top. The side is really smooth, and then the top is kind of like a matte fin. You know what? I think it might be painted. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%, all right? But it seems like the finish on the top is like a matte finish, and then the finish is gloss on the side, all right? And so it's like a gloss plastic, and then the gloss matte finish. That's kind of interesting. All right. A lot of people are saying they've been disappointed in the base. You know, it's okay. I just feel it's like too freaking big, man. Yeah, it's huge, man. Imagine the real estate this figure is going to take up. It's going to take up like a whole detolf, man. All right, and it's a 1/6 scale figure. It's huge. I would have been nice if they had gone with like a 1/7 scale, okay? I feel like, yeah, the figure could be cheaper if it was a little bit smaller, all right? That's what I'm going to say. Okay, so that's the base. Actually, I didn't see any nub marks on it. Is it flat? For the most part, it's flat, but it doesn't really fit on my rotating stand very well, so it's kind of hard to tell, okay? But yeah, that's the base, all right? It's not the prettiest looking base, but it gets the job done, okay? All right, so let's first take a look at this freaking cart, all right? So, like I said, if we didn't have the cart here, the figure could be a lot cheaper, right? It would take up a lot less space, too, in my opinion. So I feel like they should have just not included this as well, all right? But yeah, so there it is. It's got 4 wheels, all right? And the wheels, and it doesn't even, like, not all 4 wheels touch the ground, all right? So you can see right here, this wheel is up in the air, all right? While the other ones are touching. So, yeah, it's like kind of cockeyed or something here, the construction of it, all right? Maybe when I dropped it, I messed it up, all right? So, I don't know, man. All right, so there's like a 1, 2, it's a 3-tier cart. It's actually a pretty nice cart, all right? You can put all sorts of drinks and stuff on it, all right? So, NTW-20 is a Maid in this figure, okay, guys? Yeah, you know what? Actually, I have some of the Maid outfits, all right? But I don't have this one, all right? This one is the most, the 3D one, all right? This is the most expensive one, all right? The fancy one. One of the fancy costumes that are not easy to get, all right? So, not easy to get and not easy to buy with black cards, okay? All right, so yeah, so there's the cart. It's got some black wheels, and then I guess the inside is the gold color. There's a lot of gold and kind of brown, all right? The wood finish actually looks pretty good. The wood looks like it's like a glossy kind of wood. You can see the cart just bobbling around, right? That's funny. Yeah, it's like a gloss finish kind of wood, and it looks good. It looks like real wood, actually. So I have to say, in regards to that, the wood on the cart looks really good. Okay, and then the legs are kind of the legs in the frame are kind of like a gold color, sort of like a kind of a dull gold color. All right, it looks okay. All right, and there's a push handle right here. All right, and then yeah, okay. She'll give me. All right, So yeah, there's actually like a railing over here. What an interesting cart. It's like a purpose for like you have to take the stuff off like from the left side of the cart here, okay? Yeah, so here we've got a plate with a cake on it, all right? It's some kind of strawberry cake. All right? And then there's a teacup right here with a saucer, all right? There's another saucer there without the teacup. I guess that's the one that NTW is drinking out of. And then there's a teapot, okay? There's the teapot right there. All right, the detail on the teapot is actually pretty nice. It's a gloss white with gold kind of accents on it and stuff. Very nice. Okay. So the cart actually is pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Other than that, like, yeah, it kind of bobbles around a little bit. All right. Okay, so now let's go take a look at this figure. All right. So there's her feet. All right. She's wearing a, you know, black shoes. It's kind of like a loafers sorta. All right. It's not a very high heel, but it's got a heel on it. All right. Is that like a low heel? Is that what you call it? I don't know. Because there's a high heel, right? Okay, it's like a gloss black. All right, not super glossy, but is gloss black. It shines a lot. Very nice. Looks like she polishes them up real nice. You can see the bottom right here. Right. I think the sole is like a kind of duller kind of black. You can see. Yeah, it's like a kind of, it's a different finish. It's like a matte black finish. All right. It looks like the sole's kind of separating from the shoe right here a little bit. All right, the other one looks normal. Okay, there's a strap that holds it onto her foot. All right. And then there's the buckle. The buckle is like a kind of bronze color or a gold color. Okay. All right, and then so she's wearing a thigh-high stockings, all right? And then, you know what, guys? We will look underneath the skirt, okay, guys? So she's if it's one thing about NTW-20, she's got a very nice figure, right? She's got a very sexy figure, but she's not a very nice doll. Okay, she says not very nice to the commander, all right? What can I say? But she's very beautiful, all right? She's like really tall and stuff. She's built. That's what I say. All right. Anyway, so yeah, so there's a thigh-high stockings. All right, guys. It's it's like a matte white color. All right. You can see the sculpting is very nice and smooth. All right. There's it's kind of bunches up here in the back here. Right. There's no kind of shading on it, but it looks really good. Okay. It kind of bunches up here too. Very nice. Good molding. Okay, let's go. I know, man, this base kind of, it rotates on a weird axis, so I have to move the camera constantly. All right, but there it is. Okay, very nice. All right, so we're going to go take a look underneath the skirt so you guys can see, you know, she's not... to see the details, all right? Because it's all hidden underneath the skirt. Okay, ooh, there it is. She's wearing a very kind of sexy-looking thigh-high stockings, okay? So that's what I wanted to show you guys, all right? Man, I don't know. I got a camera light here so you guys can see underneath there. All right, so very nice. So it's got some kind of lacy stuff on the top. All right. Oh, you know what? It does have a shading in it. When I shine the light on it, there's a very subtle purple shading where the folds are, right there, and also this this kind of lacy pattern stuff here. All right. Is kind of, it's got like a purple kind of shading to it. Very nice. All right, and let me see if we can get even lower. I have to get the camera. I have to get my phone light out. All right, but that's what it looks like underneath. Ooh, what an awesome sight. All right, what can I say? She's got a nice booty, that's for sure. All right, and you can see the pantsu, and she's wearing a garter strap right here. Okay, it's connected right there. Very nice, and it goes up. I'd imagine it's underneath, so. But it's nice to see that they added that detail in there. Definitely you're not going to see that in the game, okay? I don't know what the damaged version looks like, though, guys. But yeah, man, she's got a nice booty. What can I say? All right. Okay. Very nice. Okay, guys, I had to show that to you guys because it's just, you know, it was really nice, okay? What can I say, all right? They did a good job on it, and it's something that you wouldn't, you know, normally see. You'd really have to look underneath the skirt. She's wearing a very long skirt Maid outfit, okay? That's what I kind of like about it. It's kind of big and baggy, you know. It makes her look girly. What can I say, all right? But yeah, it's not a sexy Maid outfit, guys. All right. It's like a normal Maid outfit. So one thing I have to say, the paint on the skirt or the blue paint on the dress, it looks kind of prize figurey, right? It doesn't look good at all. All right. The molding is okay, but yeah, you can see it. It's kind of wavy and stuff. All right, but yeah, I know it's a cloth and everything, but yeah, it's supposed to be a cloth. Okay, so it is like a kind of like a navy blue color. It's a matte finish, right? It's a little bit of light reflects off of it, but not a lot. Okay, and it just kind of looks prize figurey. Okay, I feel like the finish could have been better on the dress. All right, the molding, it looks okay, right? But yeah, it does look prize figurey. What can I say, man? For like a $300 figure, I'm kind of disappointed in the finish of that skirt. Okay. However, the white stuff on the dress looks really nice, all right? So here's the front part of the dress. I guess it's kind of like, it's got like an apron built into it, right? Look at all these folds and everything, and the ruffles. The paint looks very nice, all right? It's a matte finish, I think. I feel like it's a matte finish, all right? It's definitely not glossy, all right? It looks great. The paint, the white paint on the front of the figure, on this apron part, looks really, really nice. All right. In contrast to the skirt looks awful, man. Okay. But yeah, so there's the ruffles and everything. Very nice. There's no shading on it whatsoever, right? But it looks really nice. Okay. And then so the apron part, it ties around her waist here. All right. You can see it tied in like a huge ribbon in the back. Look at that ribbon. Looks really nice. Okay, and it just kind of... How is the skirt even doing that shit? Now that I think about it, all right? Isn't it supposed to be just fall flat, right? It shouldn't be like up like that. I don't know. It just kind of... This skirt defies gravity, guys. What can I say? All right? All right, I can understand the front part hanging out, but the back part, I don't know, man. But it looks really poofy, and it looks poofy and it looks nice, all right, I guess. That's what I like about it. It kind of looks baggy looking, all right? Okay, and then so let's move up and take a look at her chestises, okay? The chest area. All right, there's these two kind of looks like belts, something that holds the centerpiece together. All right, I don't really know how this Maid outfit works. All right, but it looks like you've got the skirt, and then you've got the apron that goes around the center, and then you've got the rest of the dress, and it's like there's two dresses or something. Like there's an open part here, or maybe this part is part of this part, and it's sewn together. I'm not 100%, all right, but yeah, there's like an open part where her boobies pop out of it. Okay, and she's got a generous sized chest. All right, you guys don't know, NTW is like she's a huge doll. She's a big doll. All right, she's a big girl type of thing. All right, she's got to be able to carry that weapon. All right, she's one of the taller dolls in the game. All right, so if you like tall dolls, NTW is the one. Okay, but yeah, so the white looks really good in the front. All right. And this little booby window here is what I'm gonna call it. All right, there's 3 buttons. All right, they're the navy blue buttons here. All right, the folds look really nice. All right, not a lot of skin on this figure. All right, but there is some skin where her hands come out of the uniform, the Maid uniform. All right, skin looks pretty good. This one is she's got her hand kind of shaped like a cat paw on her booty. All right. Okay, and then there's the cuff. Okay, there's also a blue kind of black cuff here, and then there's these kind of white designs here. Looks very nice. All right. Once again, that white paint looks really, really good. Actually, the blue paint here on this part of the dress looks really nice. I don't know what it is. Just the skirt looks awful. I don't know why. And then there's just some kind of tassel hanging off here. Okay. Okay, you can see the collar here, and then there's like kind of like a bow tie here, sort of, kind of. It's a very nice looking outfit. Okay, the back is all blue. Look at the folds and everything in it. The molding is so good. especially on the top. Look at all the folds and stuff everywhere. Sorry, the outfit it's really dark. There's a really the blue contrasts a lot with the white, so like the camera is like not happy, guys. Okay. All right, so there's the other arm. All right, this is the one that comes off and cradles the barrel. Okay. All right, does she have any kind of nail polish on? Yeah, she does. She's got some like pink, like dark pink nail polish. Okay. Very nice. And then she's holding one of the teacups. All right. It's like I said, it's a gloss white like the other one. This is the one that's not on the saucer that she's drinking from. All right. And then there's like, yeah, there's some stuff in it. Okay. It's like some black stuff. It's tea, guys. All right. Why she's drinking the tea, I don't know. She's supposed to be serving it, right? Not drinking it, but yeah, it's tea time for her. Okay. All right, so before we take a look at the rest of the figure, let's take a look at this weapon, okay? So unfortunately, it's like we're going to have to do it from the buttstock up, all right? So, but there it is. That is the mighty NTW-20. So let me get some information on this weapon for you guys, all right? Before we take a look at it. All right, we're getting this information from Wikipedia, all right? So the NTW is a South African, all right, anti-material rifle, all right? What that means, it's a rifle designed for destroying equipment, all right, guys? It's developed by Denel Mechem in the 1990s. It's intended for deployment against targets including parked aircraft, telecommunication masts, power lines, missile sites, radar. It's used to destroy stuff, guys, okay? You don't shoot people with this, all right, guys? Anti-material rifles are not for shooting people. If they just happen to be in the way, though, you know, what can you do, all right? So it's an anti-material rifle from South Africa. Its service history is from 1998 to present. All right, the designer was Tony Neofito. Okay, it was designed in 1995 by Denel Land Systems. Okay, there's some variants. There's a NTW-20, NTW-14.5, NTW-20 by 110 millimeter. From what I know. All right, I watched this. Oh, man, I think I watched this on Forgotten Weapons. All right, yeah, I learned about this weapon on Forgotten Weapons, and so this is a kind of a crew serve anti-material rifle. All right, I think it takes. I'm not sure. You might be able to carry it with one person, but you're not supposed to carry it like this, guys. Okay, you're supposed to detach the barrel. All right, and then the barrel goes into like a backpack, and then you wear it. All right. And then the rest of the weapon, the receiver and all that stuff, somebody else carries that part, okay? So it's kind of like a two-man system, all right? You're not really supposed to have one person carry it, but NTW-20 is a tactical doll, and she can do that, all right? So, all right, she's a T-doll, you know, and she's badass, okay? The NTW weighs 31 kg. What is that? 68 pounds, guys, all right? Yeah, that weapon weighs 68 pounds. I don't know if that's with the ammo in it and stuff, but yeah, 68 pounds. That is not a light weapon, all right? It's not easy to carry that thing around. All right, you're just going to stay in one place and shoot something from a long, long, long distance, okay? It fires 20 millimeter by 82 millimeter ammunition, all right? And I believe you can switch the barrels out to a 14.5 barrel, all right? Also, it'll shoot a 20 by 110 millimeter Hispano ammo. All right, so it's an even longer ammo. Okay, it's crazy. All right, it can shoot 720 meters per second, 820 meters per second, and the 14.5 can do 1,000 meters per second. Okay, effective ranges are 1,500, 1,800, and 2,300 meters. All right, so the bigger the bullet, the less effective it is, all right, because it's just bigger, okay, guys. You need more power to move it, all right. It has a 3-round detachable box magazine, and the 20 by 110 is a single shot, all right. So I guess you've got to you've got to load one in at a time for this for the 110. Okay. And then so it has a telescopic sight. It's called a 8x56 link sight. Okay, so that's some information about it. I don't, man, 20 millimeter. I just to give you an idea what 20 mil. This is a 40 millimeter grenade, guys. Okay, so think about the bullet is half this size. Okay, it's half that size, so it's pretty big. Okay, okay, but this is close to. I'm not sure. You know what? That might be a 20 millimeter. I'm not sure. That looks pretty big to me, actually. This is bigger than a 50 cal. Is that close to a 20 mil? I think a 20 millimeter might be bigger than this. I'm not sure, but that looks pretty close to probably what it's firing. Okay, guys. I think. All right. I think it may be bigger than that though. All right. This is a lighter, guys. By the way, it's not a. It's just a toy. Well, it's not. It's a lighter. Okay. I lost my 50 cal freaking 50 cal bottle opener, man. Okay. So yeah, that's the weapon. Let's take a look at it. All right. So there it is. In all its glory, the Denel NTW-20. All right. The reason they call it 20 is because it shoots 20 millimeter rounds. All right. So there's the magazine. So it looks like the magazine is inserted into the right. All right. So it loads that from left to right type of thing, right? So it mentioned that you can only hold 3 rounds in this thing, right? So maybe you can do 4 if you load one, and then reload the magazine and put it back in. I guess. All right. There's the stock. All right. Interesting thing to note: the NTW-20 is a bullpup rifle. Okay, so what bullpup means is that the action, all right, all the stuff that makes that cycles around in the weapon is in front of the trigger, right? Yeah. I think it's like barely a bullpup. Okay, yeah. So the ammo, it goes in right here, right, and then the trigger is right here. So it's actually the trigger is right underneath it. So maybe it's not a bullpup. I don't know. It's kind of like it's kind of like a bullpup, but like not really type of thing. Okay, so there's the trigger mechanism. All right, it looks pretty nice. It's just all gray color. All right, I think that's what it looks like. All right, guys, it's a pretty crazy looking weapon, man. Okay, you can see inside the chain, like this is the kind of the action right here. You can see into it a little bit. It's really nice. There's like a kind of like a skeletonized part of the stock right here. I'd imagine this is to put your hand through to stabilize the rifle. Okay. It's a very big rifle. There's the butt pad right there. I don't know if you can adjust the cheek weld on it. This thing should be able to move up and down. I'm not really sure how that works, guys. Okay. Check out Forgotten Weapons, guys. I think they have a video about this on YouTube. All right. So if you want to learn more about this, A's Mega doesn't really know too much about it. Okay, there's the scope right there. Really nice scope. All right, you got your the windage and the elevation settings and all that stuff. What this is, I don't know what that is, man. Maybe it's a laser rangefinder or something. I'm not really sure what that is. Okay, it's a pretty big scope. Okay, it's also a gloss color. It's like a gloss black. That's what color the scope is. All right, everything else is not. There's no other gloss paint on this except for the scope. Okay, that's interesting to know. Okay, it's got an interesting scope mount. All right, it's kind of locked in right here. All right, but it just kind of free floats back here. It's really interesting. It's got to be really, really beefy then. Okay. There is a bipod, a massive bipod. Look at that bad boy. And it is deployed right now. Okay. I think this might be your safety right here. Okay. I'm not really sure what all these are. Yeah, A's Mega is not very familiar with anti-material rifles. Okay. I don't think I've ever fired one either. Okay. They're very expensive to fire, by the way. Okay, so there's the barrel. Very, very long barrel. All right, it's pretty much as tall as NTW-20. All right, the doll. Okay, and then there's the muzzle brake. All right, So it's designed in such a way where the gas comes out, it shoots back. All right, it shoots back at where who's shooting it. I guess. So what that does is it controls the recoil of the rifle. All right, hopefully, and with that big a rifle, I don't know, man. I never shot one, so. All right, and then yes, there's the bolt handle coming out there. So it is a bolt action rifle. Okay. So I think this goes up, you pull it back, and then it chambers, and you push it forward, it'll chamber around. All right, and then you send it down range. All right. Okay, very nice. It is a really rad looking weapon, the NTW-20. All right. You definitely don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Okay, what they use it for in South Africa, I don't know, man. Okay. All right, so there it is. That's the NTW-20 rifle. It looks pretty good. I have to say, good job. All right, I have to say, I've never seen a real one in real life, so I have nothing to base it off of reference, okay? But it looks pretty sweet to me, all right? Okay, I think they did a good job on it. All right, it is massive. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to carry that by yourself. You're supposed to, it's two people supposed to carry this weapon, okay? And then yeah, obviously you're going to need a spotter and all that stuff, so. Okay, so let's go take a look at the rest of NTW-20, all right, the tactical doll NTW-20. Okay, let's take a look at her face. She's got this kind of pink eyes, all right, like kind of hot pink eyes. And she's kind of just looking forward, enjoying her tea, okay? She's slacking on the job, what could I say, all right? She looks great in this outfit. I love it. Okay, it's not very sexy outfit, but she looks good in it. Okay. Okay, you can see her lips here. Just the teeny tiny little lips. Oh, and the tea thing fell out. All right, so anyway, it'll be easier to see that way. All right, I'll put it back on. All right, she's just kind of just got this blank look on her face. All right, and then there's her lovely pink hair. All right, she's got some very long pink hair that goes down to her booty. All right, she's got it done up in a ponytail. I like it. Hayes Mega loves the ponytails. This base keeps on moving. I don't know why, man. All right, so her hair is tied up in a ponytail right here by this long kind of white tie cloth dealy. All right, it's the same kind of color as the dress. All right, it looks a little glossier than the dress. All right, the hair looks very nice. It's very pink. It's very smooth. Okay, one thing I did notice is that it looks like there's some kind of dust painted underneath under here. All right, so that's some QC stuff. I'm surprised there's not more dust painted onto the figure from all the dust that I found all over the figure. Yeah, man. I'm surprised there's no dust in the paint, man. Okay, and then there's her hair in the front. She's got these bangs here and then these forelocks right here. And then her hair kind of just goes out like that. I don't know why. It just does, all right, guys. And then she's wearing this little Maid hat or headband or something. Okay, and you can see her ear back here. Oof, man, all right. And so that's it, all right, guys. So for the most part, the hair looks really, really good. Now there's just this tiny little hairs just sticking out the back here. You can see her neck back here also. Okay, now you get to see Hayes Mega try to put this teacup back in. Alright, it's so small. There's a trick to putting this on, and I haven't figured it out. You just have to get lucky. Okay. Yeah, so there's a little peg that holds it to that finger, man, and it does not stand there very well. Okay. But there it is. There she is, NTW-20, sporting the NTW-20, having her tea. Alright. That's what a $300 figure gets you, alright, guys? So I have to say, I'm not a big fan of the paint on the skirt. all right. It just looks kind of prize figure-y for some reason. It looks kind of cheap looking. Everything else looks good, though. All the white paint looks really good, all right? It's not the most colorful figure, all right, guys? The most color is her beautiful pink hair, okay? So, but yeah, I like the outfit. The outfit looks really nice, all right? And the bonus is that, yeah, she's wearing those thigh-high stockings, and it is very sexy, okay? But you have to look under there, all right? And that's something you wouldn't normally see in the game, all right? So, yeah, she's wearing a very sexy, she's got sexy bottom. What could I say? All right. Yeah, like I said, we could have done without the cart. You know, maybe they could have made this figure cheaper if it didn't have this cart. That's what I'm thinking. It would be cheaper and it would take up less the space, okay? And the box wouldn't have to be so big, all right? But just for the sake of like being true to the game, I guess they included it, all right? So what could I say, all right? And then it's nice that it comes with this kind of tapestry in the back here, all right? It's very nice. I'll be rocking it, and I'll hang it up somewhere on my wall, right? Very nice. So it's kind of weird that this figure had a lot of dust on it, like dust everywhere. I don't know why. I had to blow off quite a bit of dust on it, all right? But there was no dust in the paint. That's the funny thing, all right? There's maybe like 1 or 2 spots where there was dust in the hair, but other than that, it was fine, all right? And then, yes, dropping stuff. It's very easy to drop stuff off of this figure, particularly this cart, all right? The cart is not secured to anything. There's no pegs or anything holding it in. The only pegs holding anything in, guys, is on the foot right here, all right? And yes, it is kind of unstable. Look at how much it moves around, all right? Basically, it's her foot and the weapon that's holding her up, all right, guys? And I dropped the arm a bunch of times. Yeah, so when you're assembling her, guys, make sure you do it like on a nice big table or something, because you're just going to drop stuff all the time. That teacup doesn't want to stay in place. That too, okay? But yeah, it's a very nice figure. It's a 1/6 scale figure. I wish they had scaled it down to a 1/7, you know, so like it'll be a little cheaper. Like, you know, $300 figure. Nobody wants to pay $300 for a figure, guys, okay? I'm just lucky I got this for $120, okay? Is it worth $300? I don't think so, in my opinion. Right? Is $120 more worth it? Yeah, I would say $120 would be worth it for this figure. So if you can get her for about $120, I'd say snatch her up. If not, you know, there's other figures that you could buy, okay, guys? But as far as I know, yeah, this is the only produced figure of NTW-20, okay? So in that respect, yeah, it's kind of a rare figure, all right, guys. Especially because since her weapon is so big, okay, that's probably what makes it difficult to make this figure. Is this weapon is so long, all right, takes up a lot of space. Okay, all right. So that's the end of the show and tell. I know I talked a whole lot, guys. Well, we talked about the weapon and all that stuff. Also, she's one of my favorite tactical dolls. She's in my high modified level echelon. All right, guys, I've got her with a bunch of other rifles like SV. She's with my SV and yeah. Anyway, she's one of the dolls that you can neural upgrade. Okay, guys. So she has really high specs in the game if you can level her up enough. All right. She's she's a big rifle. She doesn't shoot very fast. Okay, guys. But she can definitely deal a whole crap ton of damage. All right. Especially with her neural upgraded abilities, she's really strong. Okay, so she's one of my strongest rifles type of thing. Okay. So yeah. So at the end of the video, I will put a screenshot of the figure in the game, okay, or like an animation of it, because I believe this one was a 3D animated or 2D 3D animated costume in the game, okay, and so that's the end of the show and tell. I have to say, they did a pretty good job of recreating, you know, the artwork. All right, it actually looks pretty close. All right, except yeah, I don't know, just the skirt doesn't look good. I don't know. Whatever it is, Mega's not a big fan of the skirt. All right, you can put the cart any way you want. So I think I'm just going to put it like that so it won't fall off so much. All right. But it kind of gets in the way of everything too. So I'd rather not there been a cart. Okay, so I wish there was a cartless version of this. All right. Okay, thanks for watching. I will get some 360s and close-ups. I will put some other Girls Frontline figure show and tell links at the end of this video if you want to check them out, like a DSR 50. All right, that's another one of Hades Mega's favorite rifle dolls. Okay. All right, Hades Mega here. So I've got NTW here in the DTOF here with Ayano Koji. Okay, I thought they looked good together. But anyway, this is a 1/7 scale figure, and this is supposed to be a 1/6 scale figure. I feel this figure is too small for a 1/6 scale figure, right? Okay, yeah. So on the box is advertised as a 1/6 scale figure, right? But this is a 1/7 scale figure, and this looks like it's bigger, all right? Okay, this is a 1/7 scale figure. It looks like it's a little bigger than this one, all right? These are 1/7 scale figures, and they look like they're roughly the same size. So I feel this is not really true to scale, man. So NTW-20 is one of the bigger dolls in the game, guys. So I would imagine her to be taller or just as tall as Ayano Koji. Okay, guys, and so this is a 1/6 scale. All right, this Yui Kotagawa figure, and that looks bigger than this. Okay, these are 1/6. So see how tall? They take up 3/4 of the DTOF standing, right? Well, this one only takes up almost half. So the scale is off on this figure, right, guys? This is more like a 1/7 scale figure, all right, guys? All right, thanks for watching. Games Big Out.
やっと戻ったか。指揮官、待ちわびたぞ。